That's why I'm like, I don't know. What do I want? Who's going to be my best friend forever? I don't know who I want as my best friend forever. That's such a big question.
So it is it's a big question. So what do you want to talk about today?
There's probably two parts to it. One is like the career future. You know, like I want to build this product. I don't know where it's going to go or if it's going to be something that's substantial. Like, can I grow it into $1 billion business? I don't know. And the other one is also love side. So I'm recently out of a relationship. I don't know if you can...
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's very, very recent. So I want to know, I want to know what's going to happen, Lindsay. Tell me the future.
So a little bit about the career, a little bit about the future. Can you be more specific so I can kind of formulate it?
So I guess on the career side, I would be curious about my product. I would be curious if there's a possibility for me having any like really amazing, advisors or investors in the company, partners. And if I have the ability to grow it into at least a $500 million business. I guess in love, if I would meet someone, will we make humans? And that's like, I want to say like happily ever after, but there's always hiccups. It's like, I'm expecting a roller coaster no matter what.
So I pulled 3 cards for you. It's a standard past, present, future. Okay. I'm going to read the first card for you, okay? It's the Dragon's Lair. You are always protected and divinely directed.
Oh.
You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You're about to enter dangerous territory. This is about the past, though. So tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. What does that make you think of?
Of the past?
Yeah. Recent or distant, but you did mention a breakup.
Yeah, I guess there's like a lot of different things. So like I had a lot of like shifts in terms of like what I thought was going to be like the founding company, and people who were still involved, but probably just in different capacity.
Yeah.
So that was something that I think was like a pretty big shift. It's almost like it kind of just went down before it went back up. Yeah, I mean, the relationship thing too. That's been a little bit of a roller coaster over the past like year and a half.
The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. Or if I read it in past tense, the path you were on will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating. Like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there is greater value in risk-taking than remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered.
Interesting. So I think that relates probably both to the personal and the professional side, because both things is like I had some kind of opportunity that I could have taken and chose a different route.
Do you feel like you've grown a lot over the past year?
Oh my God, so much. Wanting to start the company and like the experience I've been through, just like in this like little bit, like, I don't even have anything out, like no product or anything yet. Like just this little bit of time, I feel like I have transitioned immensely.
All right. So your present card is the Wishing Well. Desire is the sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. Is there something that like you feel like you really want right now?
So I don't know if this is related or not to this, but like, I guess with like the company stuff. So initially when I started it, it was my thing, right? There was like nobody else involved. I was like looking for a technical co-founder because I knew I needed one, but it didn't work out. Like, as I said, it was kind of like the hill. So I kind of just tried to trek through it on my own. And then when I connected with my current co-founder, I was still so early in the process. So it wasn't like I was just bringing a CTO that wasn't part of the founding team. Like I didn't have a product yet. So it was like, and I have still struggled with being like, this is my company, but it's his company too. Instead of being like, this is our company. Now I'm like, this is our company. Right. And also cause like, he's done a lot of work and like, I see his commitment to it. But that shifted my perspective. So I definitely had a little bit of that at the beginning.
Yeah. So desire is the most important impulse for creating life. Now you're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration and sensing that moment of truth when you feel the inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense. Do things make sense for you right now, or do things feel very confusing?
I think they do. It seems pretty clear, even though like I don't know what's going to happen, you know, and how things are going to shift. Right now, it feels good. Like I feel like I'm rolling on the right track.
Cool. The language in the next sentence is going to make me laugh, and I don't know if you really want to go into it or if we will, but perhaps you recognize a soulmate or are conceiving a baby or an idea. And the thing that makes me laugh about it is because you had in your question, am I going to meet someone and who am I going to have babies with? Yeah. The wishing well card awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. To that end, you can't control the process of growth. Rather, you must step aside to be a channel for higher forces and relinquish any attachment to how this new creation should appear or when. Form your intention and take action by dropping the coin into the wishing well, then trust in spirit and prepare to be amazed.
Wow.
So I know you, and you're very organized and like plan, and like you definitely like you pull people together and you plan things, and I'm sure you're doing that with your business, with your job, with your personal life. And in a way, this is saying like form your intention, like $500 million business, but like be open to how you're going to get there.
I'm actually trying to do that. I'm trying to be a little open, but I do have a plan. Like I've definitely tasked myself with specific things that I have to do every week in order to be able to get specific places.
You might want to loosen the reins or consider loosening the reins on your week by week plan.
That's interesting. Or like even just exploring some other possibilities too, and not having it so focused on like one direction.
So your future card is the spirit of place, and it's actually reversed. So this is what it looks like.
But it's upside down.
But it's upside down.
So what does that mean?
I'm going to let you know. So the quote is, authenticity is the essence of power.
I like that.
I figured you would. You're a very authentic person.
And I value other people who are also authentic.
Don't get entangled in details or desires that obscure the truth of your situation. I like this because it is again telling you to like release attachment, relinquish control a little. So step back and ask yourself, what is the real nature of my inquiry? Are you asking the right question right now, or is there a question that you are avoiding or an issue that you are not addressing head on?
Yes. Extremely, probably. I would probably say that like dating, okay? Like I'm 35. I should know at this point what I want in a mate. And I feel like I have no idea.
I like what you said about, I'm not even sure what I want, because like got out of this relationship, you're going on a date tonight, and like
it's our second date, me and this guy.
Yeah, it says don't get entangled in details or desires that obscure the truth. So it's like don't get entangled in like what you think you're supposed to know or need or anything.
The work stuff is it's interesting because like I feel like I'm such in like a learning mode right now that I'm like very open. I have less of the this is what my expectations are versus like relationships. It's like the majority of my life, like more than 50%, I have been dating. I should know what I want. After the majority of my life, I've been doing that. It's like it's like going to university, trying all these different jobs, just seeing what you like, and you still have no idea 20 years later.
Do you really feel like you don't know, or do you feel like you are feeling that because it's the end of this relationship, this past relationship?
I feel like that I have like my mind and my heart, and sometimes they don't necessarily line up. You know, I have a lot of different friends, for example, right? And I get something different from all my friends. And I feel like it's kind of the same thing with like the relationship thing, because if I'm looking at a potential partner and I only get to choose one, you know, it's like, what is the thing that I want to be able to get from that person? And that I'm really struggling with. What do I want? Who's going to be my best friend forever? I don't know who I want as my best friend forever. That's such a big question.
So it is it's a big question. Be honest with yourself and remain willing to let your situation be revealed for what it really is and not what you want it to be. An apple can't become an orange, just as a dog can never be a bird. Are you trying to change someone or something to suit your agenda? Only when you see things as they truly are will you find the real treasure.
We have some kind of expectations, you know,
right.
And part of I think that being able to find like a good partner is like, you have to eliminate those expectations, because when you don't have expectations, there's nothing, you just go off of what it is. Like, can you enjoy your time together?
Right. So just to sum up, you have gone through a very challenging time and grown a lot over the past year, both professionally and personally.
Yeah.
Starting this business, running through a few tech co-founders, now having a co-founder that you trust, going through a relationship that I think from an outside view had a lot of positives and challenged you in the beginning.
I also lost my father 2 years ago, so that was like a huge transition.
It's been a lot of healing. Your current kind of present vantage point is the wishing well. Feel all the desires, but let go of attachment, which is exactly what we were just talking about. Like, feel the desire, know what you want, but be flexible, be okay, but you can't control the process. And spirit of place, your last card kind of echoed that. You're in all these ideas, you have all this inspiration, you have like a path that you want to go on, but then at the same time, don't get too caught up in that future desire so that you forget who you are and forget the truth of like this current situation. I also like that like the wishing well, it represents a new beginning, which like I know for extroverts and anyone else human on this planet, like having some of this quarantine lifted is a new beginning. Dating someone new is a new beginning. And I think really spirit of place is saying like, just go with the flow, remember who you are, and always stay grounded.
I like that. I think I needed that too. I feel like I needed to hear it.
Sometimes we have to be like, let the universe grow things for us and see what happens rather than, making everything happen ourselves.
Yeah. Let's stop trying to control stuff.
Stop it.